Okay, I'm going to try it out. This is only the second time I've tried it out. Clip in to my pedals. And it's pretty quiet. I'm riding my Peugeot is my beater bike. It's a 1984. We've had it for a long time and had a lot of fun on it. But I don't ride it that much. So I make a good trainer bike on this trainer. I keep my other one for when I ride on the road. Pretty quiet. We got pretty good resistance. Actually, I'm used to riding pretty fast. This is just a trade. I don't think it's to really, do much. These have pretty good resistance. I think I've only got one more gear lower to go. I can imagine if I was riding on the road right now, I'd be going about 18 miles an hour. And the resistance is pretty good. I think this is a 5214 gear setup. Right now I'm at about 5216. I think I'll shift up. Okay. So by the time you get to 18 miles an hour, 17 or 18, it begins to get pretty tough. Okay. The fire's pretty heavy, so it spins down pretty good. It's pretty smooth. So I hope you enjoyed the video I made about my new one-up USA trainer. That's it. Whew. Today I got my first bicycle trainer, the one-up USA bicycle trainer. And I bought it brand new from their website, and they have free shipping, and they shipped it in 4 days to my house via ground shipping. And it's pretty easy to set up. They give you a piece of paper to show you how to set it up in 6 or 7 steps. And it looks pretty well made. It's pretty heavy, and it has a large flywheel so that it doesn't wear your tire out or skip when you step on the gas. I put my bicycle on this to test it out. It's pretty good. So the tire doesn't have any slippage when you give it the gas. And I've got an older bike with a 126 millimeter skewer. Well, the distance between the bottom of the frame. Forget what you call it. Anyway, an older bike with 126 millimeter spacing, and when I put the they give you a skewer that goes with this unit, and it only fits 126 millimeter. That's as close as it would go, but it fits okay, and I was able to make it work. If it didn't work for that bicycle, 126 millimeter, just get a washer and put it in there, and then clamp it up. So the quick release, if it doesn't fit your bike, it's less than 126 millimeters, just get a washer, and the washer will take up the extra amount of space, and it's threaded for minimum 126 millimeters. But it worked, and to set it up, I made an adjustment to these adjusting cones, and these adjusting cones are operated by this lever, and basically you just put your bicycle in between the cones with the skewer they provide, and once you got your bike in the cones and locked down with this lever, there's an adjusting these knobs. You adjust these knobs until it fits your tire snugly so it doesn't slip. When it came stored, the flywheel was, you know, stored in a locked position with these locking wheels. You know? So, and then it just folds up. I don't know how you do it. Maybe you push this. And that's how it folds up flat. So it folds up flat. It's easier to set up. All you do is push the legs out. And put these wheels up like this. Once you get your skewer set up, there's instructions how to do it. It's very easy. Fold this down, and then you put your bicycle in it. There. Put your bicycle in it, like this. Let's see. If I gotta flip this up. Because the threaded end of this skewer has extra threads on it, you have to feed this in first. And then push that down. And lock it in place, like this. And it's locked so it can't come loose. And then make these adjusting cones. These adjusting knobs, you adjust them out until it feeds up the flywheel against your tire. And the way to make it work tighter is to push up on the flywheel while you're turning the knob. And then it'll work so it doesn't slip. You know, you push up on it. You don't have to do too tight. Basically, just do it as tight as you can, but you don't have to do it that tight. And then you're ready to go. And what's kind of cool about this unit is you can get the rear tire way down by the floor so your bike isn't like ass up in the air. Turn these little adjusting knobs and the feet go up or down depending on how close you want to the floor. You know, 1/4 inch to the floor is pretty good. So it's ready to roll. I recommend putting the rug down because you don't want to wear the feet out of your unit. I can imagine it wouldn't take long to wear out some of the rubber ends. So I put a rug down. Back the bicycle up into the trainer. The adjusting arm in the air, like that. You push this down your foot, lock it in the down position, and it's these adjusting nuts down. It's ready to ride. I'm going to put on my training shoes. These shoes fit my pedals. One thing about these, one time I got on my bike, there was no lubrication on the cleats, and I could not get out of the cleats when I was riding, so I had to do my entire ride without pulling my feet out of the cleats. They would not pull out, so from that day on I put a little bit of oil on the part of the cleat that clips into the pedals. And when I got home I had to fall down on the grass to get the cleat to come out. So if that's ever happened to you, I'm just letting you know it's a possibility. You could get stuck on this bike. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you. You could ride in tennis shoes. I'm sure it's okay. But I'm riding with these so I can pull up as well as push down. Okay. since I've been riding this for a little while. I found out that you sweat more than you do when you ride your bike on the road. And so I set up a little table here, something to wipe my face off. Because you do sweat more than when you do ride on the road. There's no wind cooling you down. So I usually takes me about 8 miles to start to sweat when I'm on the road. And I can just drink a bottle of water. So this is a nice height, you know. Got your towel there, got your water bottle. You get a pretty good workout. I think you get a really smooth workout, and the resistance is pretty smooth. It's pretty good. You get your cadence up. The resistance goes up with the cadence. This is the first time I've ever been on a trainer. I think it's pretty good. It's wet out today, it's raining. I didn't get a chance to get out on my bike. It's real quiet, it could be used indoors, it wouldn't even bother you if you're watching TV. Doesn't make a lot of noise. You get good resistance. You sweat more than you do when you're on the road, because there's nothing cooling you down. Resistance is good. Real smooth, constant resistance. Faster you pedal, the more the resistance builds up. Yeah, it's okay. I want to get a fan going when you're working out with one of these things. A fan would be pretty good. So after riding the bike on the trainer for 15 to 20 minutes, it's a good workout. It's a real smooth resistance, so you might even get a better workout than if you're actually out on your bike. There's nothing that equals riding a bike because you have to be aware everywhere you're going. When you're riding the trainer, you can just kind of relax. And one thing I noticed is you get a little bit of frame flex. I wouldn't recommend standing up on the pedals and cranking really hard while the bike is on the trainer, because you might stress the frame in a way that you can't stress it when you're riding on the road. So I wouldn't recommend, if this is your bicycle, that you get up and stand up and crank really hard, because the frame flex, even when you're running good smooth circles, it goes back and forth about 1/2 inch. So I wouldn't recommend, standing up on the pedals and cranking really hard. If you get any trainer, I don't know how much frame flex you get from other trainers. This trainer seems really solid on the ground, and the flex is coming from the bicycle, the lower triangle. So I would recommend do not stand up on the pedals and crank really hard. You could stress your frame, and eventually it could fail. So all in all, it's a pretty good trainer, a good workout. You get smooth circles when you're riding. There's no road vibration, so it's a pretty good workout. You sweat more than you do when you're on the road. There's no wind cooling you down, so you get a really hot workout. And what I do is I just lay my towel across the top tube, so as the sweat drips down, it's not like rusting the tubes. That's about all I know. If you have any suggestions, you can put it in the comments.